Good day. I would like to talk to you about South Africa's recent removal from the Financial Action Task Force's grey list. So, what happened? In February 2023, the Financial Action Task Force placed South Africa on its grey list because of strategic deficiencies in its anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing regime. South Africa agreed with the Financial Action Task Force on an action plan of 22 items to correct the deficiencies. And then on the 24th of October 2025, the Financial Action Task Force announced South Africa has exited the grey list. It's a reputational boost. Being on the grey list signals to international banks, investors, and counterparties that a country may be a higher risk for illicit financial flows. So exiting the list sends a positive message about regulatory and institutional reform. There's a reduced friction and cost. Analysts estimate that being on the list can reduce foreign capital inflows significantly. Then there's a financial sector benefit. Banks and financial institutions may face lower incremental due diligence costs, fewer delays in cross-border payments, trade finance, and correspondent banking services. And then lastly, there's a signal for broader governance. Exiting the list reflects progress in law enforcement, interagency coordination, beneficial ownership transparency, and financial intelligence sharing. All of these are important for the rule of law and for fighting corruption. There is some caveats. Exiting the grey list is not the same as having a perfectly clean system. Government statements emphasize this is a milestone, not a finish line. The key now is sustainability. The reforms must be embedded, effective, and produce measurable outcomes. For example, successful investigations, prosecutions, and asset seizures. Exiting the list helps, but it's not a game changer alone. External factors still matter, like global investor sentiment, commodity cycles, domestic economic growth, and political risk. So in summary, does it matter? Yes, it matters, because this is both a signal and a tool. The removal from the grey list signals that South Africa has met global benchmarks and that some of the credibility and reputational drag is lifted. It also opens up modest tailwinds for capital flows, lower transactional friction, and better financial sector access. But it's not a silver bullet. The real economic boost will depend on how the reforms translate into better enforcement, cleaner institutions, stronger growth, and continued investor confidence. The underlying economic and structural issues still need attention. So the bottom line, it matters in the sense of unblocking potential and improving the country's standing. But by itself, it won't magically fix all economic woes. It's part of a broader reform and growth agenda. Thanks for listening.